Nets guard Kyrie Irving has been cleared to play in home games in NYC. I'm gonna pause there. Do anybody got anything to say about that?
Hey, I love watching that man hoop.
I do too.
Dude,
So,
it's ridiculous. Like,
I'm loving it. I
Like,
love
seriously.
watching him hoop.
It's on like
He's
just the
different,
shit he
bro.
be doing, bro. You be like, how?
Yeah, he definitely different.
And then sometimes it just be too pretty. Sometimes the game is just too pretty, bro. Like you like, dog, like what?
He's just fun to watch. Like the mid, like there's no way Kyrie doesn't get to the spot he wants to get to on the court.
Mm-hmm.
It's a talent.
But I do want to give him his props though, because this man did not back down.
Yeah.
He stood for what he stood, what he said he stands for.
I push back against that because remember when he said he wasn't getting vaccinated, he was standing up for all the people that was getting fired.
The voice of the voiceless.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it wasn't about that. It was just like you ain't want to get jabbed, and you waited it out until they changed the rule for you specifically. But all them people that got fired, like the rules ain't changed for them.
That's a fair point, but
Yeah,
I do still think that I'm not saying give Kyrie credit, but a lot of people would have folded. We saw NBA players fold at the beginning when they were like, you ain't gonna be able to play. Yeah, like you ain't gonna be able to play. And he never folded. He said, well, fine, then I won't play. I'll accept whatever the consequence is for my decision, but I feel my decision is right.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm not gonna make this a long tangent, but listen, actions have consequences. All right. So when Chris Rock told that joke that he told,
Hey.
he opened himself up for any consequence that came after. And when Will got on that stage and smacked that man,
My nigga did the people. He spit on that motherfucker. He spit on that motherfucker. Smacked him.
I ain't never seen a smack so quick. But when he did his smack, he also was setting himself up for any consequences that came from said action.
All my man could say was wow.
He started stuttering and he mixed his lines up. I'm like, damn, bro.
Shout out to Chris Rock though. He could have reacted a lot of different ways.
He a good one, boy. We would have, boy. Hey, it would have been technical difficulties. That's all would have been all over the screen. All you heard, all in that motherfucking dog.
The funny part about that is when Will was yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." Chris Rock said, he's like, "Oh, I could." Then he's like, "No, I won't." You're like,
alone. He had one in the chamber, bro. He had another one in the chamber.
It was already there.
He was
Can
like,
I get this off?
Oh, damn.
I would have got it off.
Kind of know where he was.
I would have got it off.
I know where he would have went with that.
He's probably
too.
gonna hit the August.
Yeah, I would have got it off. I'm sorry. Y'all would have just had to hate me.
Will would probably ran up on the stage. Like they would have been throwing him. They would have throwing him if he got that second one off.
But I just wanted to point that out because actions have consequences.
They
And
do.
Kyrie accepted the consequences to his action, but now he is able to play in New York, of course, right before the playoffs, and of course, right before the baseball season kicks off. Because you know what baseball money look like.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think it's the baseball that actually was it's like the answer.
Me too.
Now, granted, if Kyrie was a Knick, then this probably would have got resolved a long time ago. But they're not messing with the Yankees.
Absolutely not.
That's because that damn manager came out. He like, I got several guys that ain't like, what's up?
What y'all gonna do?
When I seen that, I was like, he's like, well, we're not gonna make exceptions for the MLB or the NHL either.
Watch.
Or I mean, sorry, the MLB for the Yankees or the Mets.
And they
But the Mets had several players too.
So what they do?
Now all of a sudden,
they changed the rules.
See what happened was
But to be fair, there are a lot of mandates around the country are loosening up. But continue on with the list, sir.